gonna listen to this about Druski skit about Erica Kirk. This is Charlie Kirk's widowed wife. All right, we're gonna get right into it. Thank you all so much for your likes, your shares, and your support. And I'm hoping you have a great day. Love you all. Here we go.
Cheers. You know, you have racist people doing it. So why would they get mad at whiteface? Like, why? It don't make sense. We about to just jump into it though.
Do it. Now, I don't know if Erica Kirk really said this about Druski's skit. I don't know if y'all want to see what Druski's skit was about. Y'all can go ahead and watch that. But if this is true, and Erica Kirk said, but if I did blackface as a part of the skit, I'd be canceled and called a racist. I don't know if she said that, but for all the people who have that same idea, that same sentiment in their mind, do it. Let's be for real for a second, right? If Erica Kirk put on blackface and pretended to be a black woman or a black man or whatever, do you think she would actually lose any fans? Do you think Turning Point USA would actually lose any fans?
I don't think so.
They wouldn't. She wouldn't be canceled because her fans are already racist and they already hate black people. You know what I mean? They already, what would she lose? Her husband was a racist, her husband didn't you know what I mean? So, go ahead and do it, man. No one's stopping you because your fans are already racist. They already hate black people. They already hate minorities. Do it.
Just do it.
I don't think Druski took it too far because comedy has no boundaries. Let's start there.
That's what I feel like.
There. Before I'm anything else, I'm a Christian. Druski's last most popular skit was making a mockery of the black church and just hyperbolically talking about so many things that the black church does, whether it be aggressively trying to ask for funds, whether it be the pastors wearing the outlandish outfits, whether it be the pastors hoarding money. He does not have boundaries of his comedy because comedy, to a large degree, does not have boundaries. Let me pause for a moment and establish what a lot of people might be thinking, which is well, what if a white person did this? What if a white person did blackface? Let's not overlook the cultural context, right? Blackface, 1820s, based off of a character named Jim Crow, which is where Jim Crow laws came from. Jim Crow was a primary character in blackface at minstrel shows that was based off portraying a lazy, uneducated black man that was content in servitude, which is why blackface is such a damaging and unintegral thing in society. Let's not try to draw false equivalency between blackface and quite literally any other portrayal of another human being, because in comedy we have always portrayed other human beings. Blackface has a cultural significance, a historical context, and a slavery-based context that transcends all of this that we are discussing. As it pertains to Druski, I didn't actually think it was that funny. I just thought it was genius. I did say, yo, that's hilarious. But there wasn't a point where I was actually belly laughing. I just thought it was creatively genius. It's the same thing with the pastor skit. Pastor skit, I didn't laugh until the end. I was just like, bro, that's hilarious. I don't think Druski.
They always tell me that. I said, don't tell me white people about making fun of white folks and making fun of nobody. Let me just, it's America, freedom of speech. Let me do what I want to do. Y'all have made fun of everybody that ain't felt shit. It's the truth. Yeah, y'all know you're clapping house niggas ain't clapping scared, but listen. This is real, and I mean this from my heart. I've been taught by white folks. I ain't been on Venus. I'm come from here. I'm reacting to this shit. Always been making fun of niggas, and they don't. And the reason they said, Paul, why don't you sugarcoat? I ain't sugarcoating shit, because white folks didn't sugarcoat shit to me. White folks didn't give a goddamn.
Hey, no. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit was funny. It was funny to me, bro. It was hella funny. And the cool thing about it is I just seen it. Because I'm... And they do it in a racist fashion. Well, not all of them, but most of them. And this was the thing they did.
Face is part of a skit. I'd be canceled and called a racist. Girl, you already are canceled and called a racist. I mean, look at those two creatures and tell me side by side that's not identical. This was your chance to truly win some people over. This was truly your chance to be like, oh gee, that's hilarious. You could have even collabed with Druski and gotten a lot of people's good sides, but no, you just had to make it political. Had to. There's no real way that she was offended by the skit he did. When none of it was exaggerated, none of it was dramatized. All of that she's been doing. God forbid the dude just want to look like Erica Kirk every once in a while. I mean, I'm truly trying to, really the only difference is the chin area. The chin and the neck area, truly.
Yeah,
that's
gotta act
really
like
the only big difference. That's why she was offended. Because a black man pulled off the same hair and makeup, and her little act is so see-through that he was able to be her for a moment. Anyway, Druski made a skit of you. You should feel honored. But
But she ain't, because she knows she fake. But oh no, hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all.
Yeah,
right
hit that
here.
like button.
Hype up the video.
Como pessoa negra aqui,
Look at this.
fazer um experimento.
Against trans women leading up. Look, ain't that something? A Brazilian lawmaker used blackface during the speech to argue against a trans woman leading the women's commission in Brazil's Chamber of Deputies, the equivalent of the U.S. House of Representatives. The demonstration has drawn backlash and sparked controversy over the racial and gender implications. How long did she practice that a few times before? It seemed like she practiced that a few times before she left the house, just to see what it would look like. She probably did her whole face and everything.
And if you will get that way, do you guys understand the consequences of what you've just done?
No.
You guys literally into a college. You guys are not going to get any scholarship.
See, and we ain't mad. Y'all been doing this for hundreds of years. Blackface. It's a skit to what Druski is doing. It's kind of funny. I can kind of understand what y'all saying, but it's comedy, and comedians always act.
This is a hate crime. And I still don't think it's appropriate for you guys to be doing this. It's really not funny. Do you understand that none of
See
you...
how they feel? They make it seem like that shit funny.
So if you hear a lot of noise, that's because there's a lot of wind.
And they do it in a racist way. It's totally different.
So I have noticed that the main topic of discussion right now is Erica Kirk and Druski's parody. Now, how do I feel about it? Quite frankly, I think there's so much more important shit going on in this world than me giving a fuck about a comedian poking fun at everybody and their mother. I think that a lot of conservatives are taking it very personal because of how we feel about Charlie Kirk and how we feel about people coming at her as a widow. I am to the point where I do care about Charlie Kirk still, and I think rest in peace to his soul and rest in peace to his legacy. I do not want to see his wife being poked at, of course, with the whole Candace Owens and all that stuff when it comes to her being a widow.
This is why I don't
Poke
like
fun at
these
because
extreme
I
laughs.
support or don't support them. I think it's unnecessary. I think people are outraged about it. They were also outraged when he poked fun at the churches. I don't care. He's a comedian. I don't think that they should. I'm noticing a lot of conservative creators are
Druski and Dave Chappelle need to do something together.
posting about it, and they're like, oh, he should not be getting any views for this. It's going viral, and if you have a large account, you're doing nothing but helping it go more viral. So if you don't like it, don't support it, move the fuck on. But I mean, quite frankly, I think there's, like I said, way more important shit going on in this world than me giving a fuck about Druski poking fun at people. I think it's just not that fucking serious. People are talking about, oh, but if it was the other way around and people did blackface, yeah, blackface has been around for a long fucking time. What he's doing, in my opinion, is like a round two of white chicks. I really just don't give a fuck. Honestly, I laughed when I saw it. I personally cannot control what other people choose to do with their spare time, but I'm also not going to sit up here and stress about it. Anyways, I'm enjoying this view.
Yes, and so, ma'am, as foundational Black American Indian, and the Black Israelites, we really don't care about what you feel or what you think. Y'all always trying to tell us how to act, what we should say. You right, you've been doing blackface, and now we doing whiteface. God said you reap what you sow. That's how you understand it. But like, share, and subscribe, family. Bye.